It's that time of year again when Microsoft release the documentation for their wave updates that are coming in October. So there's 2 wave updates a year, April and October. The release notes are released ahead of time, so we know what's coming in that wave. And it covers features that are going to be released from October this year through to March next year. So as we talk about individual features, keep an eye out for preview dates and general availability dates, because they'll be within that window rather than necessarily straight away in October. So I picked out some highlights from the Dynamics 365 release notes, but also the Power Platform release notes. So that's the underlying platform that Dynamics 365 sits on. So there's some changes there too that are going to benefit businesses. In terms of planning to adopt these features, each feature comes with a label telling you whether it's going to be enabled by default or whether you need an administrator to turn the new feature or piece of functionality on, like I say, as well as any preview, early access and general availability dates. So we'll start with Dynamics 365 and we'll cover Power Platform later. And we'll start with the ability to get a 360-degree view of an account with an AI-generated summary. So there's already some of that functionality in Copilot at the moment. This is taking it to the next level. So it's summarizing opportunities by status, news about the lead, anything internally that's happening with that account as well. Any cases they've got open, all those things into a really simple summary down the right hand side in the Copilot pane. So really useful for sellers and service agents alike to see what's going on with a particular account really easily and really quickly. Next up, still under the sales umbrella, we've got the ability to use AI-powered action suggestions. So we've already got the ability to create predefined sequences of actions that we'd like our sellers to take. This is adding a layer of AI over the top of that to help with decision making, so we know what to do next and when the right time to do that is, whether that's an email follow-up or a meeting or guidance on when to start engaging about a new opportunity. All of that will be automatically generated with AI. Next up, a really useful feature that's coming and potentially been missing for a while actually is the ability to analyze opportunities with grouping and aggregation. So when we're looking at our pipeline, we can group opportunities by account or by seller or by closing date. We can then aggregate those values up. So if we've got a number of open opportunities for the same account, for example, we can see what the total potential value of those are and work with those as a group rather than having to understand those individually and potentially missing the impact of a larger combined opportunity because we're looking at distinct records there. Next up, the ability to create a meeting follow-up email from the meeting summary. So hopefully by now you're kind of used to recording and transcribing meetings using Copilot and getting that summary that's got actions and talking points and a summary in there. This will allow us to take that meeting follow-up and then turn that into an AI drafted email. So thank you and next steps essentially, which you can then refine and then share with the customer. We've also, similar to that, got the ability to create opportunities from a sales meeting summary. So depending on what we've discussed in the meeting, there might be a number of potential opportunities that are identified within there. The system can help us automatically create those. So setting things like the topic and the estimated close date and the estimated value of those opportunities from the discussion. So we can quickly bring those to life as new opportunities in the pipeline. Another one in the Copilot for Sales feature set. So this is the ability to manage customer objections in real time. So we've already got that ability to do real-time competitor analysis. So if the customer mentions a competitor, it will bring up a kind of SWOT analysis in the side pane. This is similar kind of flow. So in the flow of conversation, if the customer mentions something contentious, it will detect the objection, give us some real-time suggestions as to how to counter that, feed us maybe some knowledge base information, analyze the sentiment, give us response templates as well. So some really advanced technology there helping us out in sales meetings just to manage the conversation. Another Copilot one, we can schedule a meeting prompt based on email context within Outlook. So if we're working through a large number of emails, we can have automatic prompts to schedule a meeting, which help our agents know the best next actions to take based on the content of the email. So it will analyze the body of that email and then suggest that we schedule a meeting if it's appropriate based on the content of the information in there. This is a contact center one, so some of the terminology around the Microsoft Contact Center offering has changed. There's also been some changes in the license structure, so give us a shout if you need to know a bit more about that. But within the contact center, kind of group of new features that are coming, we've got the ability to search for a contact or account in the outbound dialer experience, and call it from there, and then open the customer record and the call history from there as well. So it's just shortening the steps in that process quite significantly. Next up, still in the contact center world, we've got the ability to use SLA-based automated actions. So based on the SLAs that we've configured and we've set up, so we can predefine what those SLAs are with a view to increasing customer satisfaction, we can do things like auto reply to a customer if they've been unresponsive for a certain period. So we'll know those kind of tickets that hang around waiting for a response for a customer. We can automatically close conversations after a set number of idle time if it's chat or one of those channels. And we can send follow-up messages to remind the customer that we need to connect back together to move that particular ticket forward. So all of that's going to reduce the amount of time that an agent's having to spend doing those things manually and increase the efficiency within the contact center. Next up, we've got some field service changes and new features. So field service is the app within Dynamics 365 for managing resource in the field. So we can send people with the right skills and availability and in the right place to jobs to go and complete work. They can use a mobile app to do all of that, which works offline. So what's coming in that area? So we've got the ability now to initiate a remote assist in Teams call from the field service mobile app. So again, remote assist is not a new technology, but this is the ability to have an augmented reality call between two participants. So we might have an expert in the office that's calling an engineer out in the field, and they can annotate and create arrows and mark up in the field of vision of the person who's out on the road. This is allowing them to jump into that experience directly from the field service app rather than having to go out into Teams and those kind of things. Related to that as well, we can use remote assist mixed reality annotations within Teams. So that means frontline workers can get remote assist via a video call with 3D spatial annotations within the Teams mobile app. So you're not having to switch apps to the dedicated remote assist app to do that. And that's going to be iOS for now, coming to Android later on. Then next up, still in field service world, we've got the ability to summarize work orders with Copilot in Outlook. So the field service for Outlook add-in enables Copilot to create a summary of a work order that captures all of the information required for both service managers and frontline workers to understand the context of what they're working on and what they're dealing with. So the summary includes things like the booking information, any activity details, any products and services that have been used, any tasks that have been completed, and any asset information as well. So a really comprehensive summary that means we can quickly understand and get up to speed where we're at and what to do next. Next up, we've got some Business Central features. So Business Central is Microsoft's finance solution, covers finance and operations, so you kind of core accounting plus manufacturing, warehousing, etc. And that's getting a sprinkling of Copilot, no surprise there. And this feature is about completing bank account reconciliation faster with Copilot. So that's AI-powered transaction matching, AI-powered GL account suggestions, and built-in demo data so that you can try it out as well. So that ability to run a reconciliation with Copilot and have all of those matches suggested really going to be a massive time saver for anyone that needs that. Also with Business Central, smaller one here, but the ability to use embedded Power BI reports out of the box. Business Central comes with lots of options for reporting and dashboarding and data analysis. So this is making more Power BI reports available out of the box. So we've got 14 finance reports, 12 sales reports, 13 purchasing reports, and so on. And they can be embedded across the system so you can access that information easily. Next up, thinking about the marketing tools within Dynamics 365. So the marketing product is branded Customer Insights, and that splits out into kind of two sub-products. We've got Customer Insights Data, which is the customer data platform. So that's all about aggregating data and insights and action information across lots of data sets to give people the ability to make decisions. They've got Customer Insights Journeys, which is about execution. So that's running campaigns, creating templates, landing pages, forms, etc. So what we can do with Customer Insights Data, so the customer data platform, is generate insights from marketing interactions. So things like email opens or email clicks, can be fed into customer insights data and allow us to enhance the personalization of the downstream activities there. So we can create measures along with any other data that you've got in the data platform. So an example of that, take the average number of days people take to open links after starting a campaign to find the optimal lead time for that campaign. So you can start to use that data to drive a more intelligent marketing strategy. Next up on the journeys side of customer insights, so this is the marketing execution platform. We've got the ability to create journeys by using Copilot to describe them. So if we describe in natural language the journey we want to create, so it might be an abandoned cart. So I could say the journey is going to start when someone abandons their cart. It's going to send a reminder if they complete a purchase. If they do complete a purchase, do this. If they don't do that, I can describe all of that in plain English. Copilot will then draft that customer journey for me. I can check it, put it live, and off it will go and it will run. So again, accelerating the kind of idea to the execution of that activity. Also in Journey, we've got the ability to let customers find and sign up for events more easily. So something that was there in outbound marketing, missing in real-time marketing, if you've been part of that journey. This is effectively a portal where we can manage event details and registration. So we can either embed that on an existing website, or we can leverage Power Pages for that. It's got a list of upcoming events, a summary for that event, the ability to register for an event and tracks within that event, and those kind of things. So yeah, great addition to the marketing platform. Again, another one that's reintroduced, I guess, to real-time marketing is the ability to get insights on email engagements with a heat map. So we can see a picture of the email and a heat map of clicks across that, and that will allow us to refine and make those email templates more effective over time. So they could be in use in a production customer journey. We can still be analysing them and refining them as we move through based on that heat map data. We've also got the ability to now create better lead scoring and qualifying criteria. So there's been lead scoring capability and lead qualification settings in the platform for a while. This is taking it to another level. So that ability to mark things as sales ready, update lead statuses, set qualifying criteria, use groups within scoring models. All of that's getting a boost in terms of capability and the amount of configuration that's going to be available. So next up, some Power Platform features. So same release cycle, they'll start coming in October through to March 2025. We've got all the information now about what's coming. So first up, the ability to work together in Canvas apps, so co-authoring experience. We can have multiple editors working on a Power App at the same time. We can see what each other are doing. So that allows us to work as a team, particularly in distributed environments as well, and work more effectively together. We've got generative AI to achieve a process in AI flows. So AI flows use generative AI to reason over unstructured content and then determine what steps and sequence are needed to achieve a process outcome based on the instructions that you provided in natural language. So it's all about being able to describe what it is you want to do. So what's the objective of the process in plain English? And then you can refine the plans generated by the large language model, adjusting inputs and outputs and things. You can validate it by reviewing how the AI flow is achieving the outcome prior to moving that flow into production. So again, that process of creating, using natural language, refining and deploying is that kind of common theme that continues through there. Next up, got the ability to work with Power Automate and Excel Desktop. So this provides access to pre-built templates that allows users to build workflows quickly and easily using automation capability in Excel Desktop. That's on Windows and Mac. An example will be monitoring incoming emails to an alias in an Excel worksheet. So that will then keep track of customer feedback in Excel, for example. So that's a simple example, but lots of possibility there, and it supersedes the automate a task capability by creating an integrated experience within Excel. Next up, this is an interesting one and one that our customers have been asking for, but the ability to get insights into how your Copilots are performing. So Copilot's been around for a while now. People have started to build lots of stuff in Copilot Studio. Now they want a kind of deeper level of analytics there. So looking at the performance of Copilots, looking at themes of questions that are asked, insights on satisfaction, and the breakdown of the behaviors that drive satisfaction, monitoring result statuses and top themes of queries without search results. All of that's going to allow us to really refine the bots that we're building and the copilots that we're building to make them more user-friendly and more targeted. So yeah, there's hundreds of other features in there. Recommend you take a look in the links at the release notes. We'll publish a blog on the topic as well. But yeah, if you've got any questions, as usual, give us a shout.